Okay, so it may have taken slightly longer than we would have liked, and slightly is an understatement, but the Payday 3 roadmap is finally here. It's honestly a really good roadmap, however it feels a little bit redundant to show this to us now, as the majority of the content this roadmap showcases is already in the game. See, the roadmap starts in June, covering the Boys in Blue DLC, Clover, and all of the free content associated with Update 8, moves on to July with the Mask Mania event and the compensation items, if you actually got them in July that is, before moving on to August with the Houston Breakout DLC, Diamond District Heist, and everything that just came out with the very recent Update 9. Which, as a side note, my Update 9 video is coming. I've just not had enough time with the update yet to form a solid opinion. I've been quite busy with something that I'll talk about a little later on into the video. But now for the parts of the roadmap that actually take a look into the future, starting off with part 1 of the anniversary update that brings with it DLC 4, Fear and Greed. Now, at Gamescom on Thursday, we were actually shown a little preview of the upcoming DLC. Take a look at this clip from the Gamescom official livestream.
The DLC 4, Fear and Greed, what can players expect?
Well, so I mean, Payday as a franchise and IP has always been about getting in, heisting, getting the money, getting out. Now we are heisting the heart of capitalism, and that's not only like the New York Finance Exchange. So we're hitting it right in the arteries, which is really great. And with that, obviously, we have some new additions that we're really excited about. I know there's been a lot of talk about overkill weapons in the community and whatnot, so we're going to bring out the minigun, which I know is going to be, a big thing for a lot of people out there, and we're really excited about that addition. And as well, I mean, the Houston Breakout. For DLC 4, we're unveiling Houston as a free playable character, and I think that's going to be a great addition to the Heister setup.
Yeah, I was going to say, as a player who does not like stealth, the minigun's going to be great for me.
It's hard. It's hard.
Thank you. Yeah, so apart from the DLC, what else can we expect for Payday 3?
Yeah, so going the rest of the year in October, we really have some great updates going out, and specifically the ones that the community has shown a lot of care about. I mean, we have a roadmap. I hope you check that out.
So that confirms that we'll be taking on the New York Financial District in DLC 4, which was pretty much all but confirmed at the end of Houston Breakout, as well as revealing that the next Overkill weapon is a minigun. At the end of the day, I'm still not the biggest fan of the Overkill weapon system. I would have just liked to see both the sniper, grenade launcher, and now the minigun be standard weapons that you could equip and maybe make them really expensive and cost C-stacks. I just don't like the way the Overkill weapon system works, but it seems like it is here to stay, at least for now, but who knows what the future has in store for us. Well, that's actually quite an easy question to answer when we're talking about a roadmap, because I do. Also coming in September is the next free Heister pack. Our boy Houston is rejoining the gang and getting ready to start taking on heists again, even though he's not been released alongside the Houston Breakout DLC heist. I still think it would be cool to lock him behind completing the heist, just like Hoxton was locked behind completing Hoxton Breakout in Payday 2, though I just don't think that's going to happen in Payday 3, as not everybody owns the Houston Breakout heist. Honestly, if I were Starbreeze, I would have considered making the Diamond District heist the paid DLC and Houston Breakout the free heist, but I'll save that for my Update 9 video. So that's what we can expect to be coming in September, the Fear and Greed DLC pack, with a heist, weapon pack, and tailor pack, as well as some free content, the minigun overkill weapon, some masks, and a new set of Twitch drops. Moving on to October, we're going to be getting the Year 1 edition of the game that I just assume comes with the base game and all of the Gold Edition content, but obviously we're going to wait to have to find out more about exactly what that contains. And of course we're also going to be getting some of the major Operation Medic Bag changes that we're still waiting on, such as VoIP, allowing console players to finally communicate in-game, the CrimeNet style server browser, or at least I hope it is. In the past, this has been described as a CrimeNet style server browser, but on the roadmap itself, the CrimeNet style has been inexplicably and somewhat concerningly dropped. it. Another set of Twitch drops, and most importantly, if you ask me, the UI overhaul. I anticipated that the UI overhaul would be one of the last things added to the game in an effort to give it a much needed revamp and hopefully breathe some new life into the aesthetic of the game to match the much better experience that Payday 3 is now compared to what it was at launch. As always, let me know what you think of this roadmap in the comment section down below, and while you're down there, consider clicking that subscribe button. There's still a long way to go, so even though this roadmap ends in October, we have already publicly heard whispers of Year 2 additions throughout the last 8 months or so, not to mention the other 6 months of contracted Plyon support. If the game continues to head in the direction that it's currently going, then perhaps that support could be renewed. While the road to a better Payday 3 is a marathon and not a sprint, we still need to reach that finish line in time, and I hope we're on the right pace to do that. This roadmap is rather interesting because we know the partners were shown it back in May, and as far as I heard, most of them had positive things to say about it, which makes sense, it's a strong roadmap. And I felt the same way when I joined the partner program and saw it for myself just over a month ago. But releasing it now, when we've already received most of the content it seeks to showcase, seems a little lackluster. Not to mention that a lot of the upcoming additions like DLC 4 and the Operation Medic Bag changes were things we already knew were coming. Starbreeze must have found themselves in quite a hard position, knowing that the community was eagerly awaiting this roadmap while simultaneously releasing more and more of the content on it. And I understand that it wasn't delayed for fun. I'm sure there were very valid reasons as to why it's taken so long to be released. It just feels like this is something we needed to see in May, June, or July at the very latest. It would have been such a more impactful thing to have seen back then rather than now. I do still think it's a genuinely strong roadmap. The updates that have come to pass from it were pretty good, so I'm confident going into September and hopefully the rest of Payday 3's future. Speaking of the future, I mentioned earlier that I haven't had much time to play Update 9 yet, and that's because I've been getting ready to start streaming. All being well, I hope to go live playing Payday 2 on PC for the very first time this Tuesday the 27th of August, over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SafiaBekasis, and possibly even here on YouTube if I can figure out the whole multi-streaming thing. The best way to keep up to date with the stream plans is either through my Discord server or my Twitter, and there'll be links to everything in the description of this video. My plan going forward with live streaming is of course to play a lot of Payday the Heist, Payday 2 and Payday 3, and hopefully with a bunch of the Starbreeze partners, but of course I'm going to be streaming a lot more than just Payday. I'm a massive fan of Resident Evil 7, if you've been around the channel for a while you know I've played that twice already on here, and I'm certainly not going to be giving up an opportunity to play through it again on stream. Streaming is something that I've known I'm going to be doing for quite a while now, and I've spent a long time preparing some really fun stream ideas. I'm hoping to play some Call of Duty Black Ops 6 with some of the other Starbreeze partners, and also I should drop a little hint that there might be quite a large partner collaboration in the works, so stay tuned to myself or many of the other Starbreeze partners to hear some more about that in the coming weeks, and I've got to say, it's a crossover that I'm very, very excited about. Switching back to the Payday 3 roadmap, a few months back I decided to take a guess at what this roadmap would look like. Click the video on screen now if you're interested in seeing what I predicted and whether I was right or not, and I'll see you in the next video.